At the end of the day, we have to protect the right of the citizens to protect themselves. And I agree with the comments of your guests there. This is not the time to be talking about legislation. We're in the middle of that crisis right now.
You talk about the human heart. If somebody really wants to kill innocent people, we need more gun laws. We need more legislation. Yep. What's your answer to that? Is there any specific gun law that you would look at?
It's nearly impossible to legislate the healing of a man's soul. It is very easy to legislate the removal of an inanimate object. I've been carrying weapons. So what you're doing, sir, is chasing a symptom, and you're not looking at the root cause.
U.S. House of Representatives passes H.R. 4394. Hot off the presses, we've got some significant news for all of you gun rights advocates out there. The U.S. House of Representatives has given the green light to H.R. 4394. The vote? A close call at 210 to 199, but it's a major win for those who believe in the right to bear arms. So what's all the fuss about H.R. 4394? Well, the bill has one particular provision that's generating buzz in the firearms community. It's all about our beloved Second Amendment and where it intersects with U.S. Army Corps of Engineer public lands. In a nutshell, this bill ensures that individuals have the freedom to carry firearms for self-defense on these public lands. Sounds like a no-brainer, right? Well, not so fast, because it's not just a blanket permission slip. The bill lays out some important conditions. First off, it's crystal clear that if you're barred from possessing firearms under existing laws, this bill won't magically change that. So if the law says no, H.R. 4394 won't say yes. Makes sense, right? The other key requirement is that your firearm possession should play by the rules of the state where you're treading on those Corps of Engineer lands. In other words, you can't just waltz in with your firearm without knowing or following the state's laws about it. This is about harmonizing the federal and state perspectives on the Second Amendment. Now, why is this bill such a big deal, you ask? Well, it's not just about the nitty-gritty of regulations, it's about principles. The very idea of defunding a ban on carrying firearms for self-defense on public lands purchased with our own hard-earned tax money is a matter of freedom and fairness. Think about it. You're paying your taxes, those taxes are used to buy public lands, and then you're told that you can't use those lands to protect yourself. It's like buying a cake and being told you can't eat it. It just doesn't add up.
It's not the weapon, it's the underlying problem. I believe we have to address the root problems of these things.
Things about you that I learned in the lead up to this interview.
Give me a chance. Let me have a chance to lead here, and you'll see what I'm really about. I'll never ask any of my colleagues to compromise core principles because I share those principles with them, right?
One other remarkable aspect is the timing. This development comes off the heels of the appointment of a Speaker of the House who's known to be pro-Second Amendment. It's a sign of the shifting winds in the political landscape regarding gun rights. So there you have it. H.R. 4394 has cleared the House, and it's a major win for those who believe that your right to bear arms doesn't stop at the entrance to a public park or a Corps of Engineer land. It's about your fundamental rights, the sensible application of the law, and making sure your hard-earned dollars are well spent. It's a victory for common sense and freedom. Victory for gun owners. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to celebrate a hard-fought victory for gun owners as House Resolution 4394, also known as H.R. 4394, has successfully navigated the treacherous waters of the House of Representatives. It's more than just a political triumph. It's a significant win for individuals who cherish their right to bear arms. The passage of H.R. 4394 is a game-changer in the world of gun rights advocacy. This bill packs a punch, and its provisions directly impact one of the core principles held dear by many, the right to carry firearms for self-defense. The bill's journey through the legislative process has been closely watched by those who believe that this constitutional right should extend to public lands, especially those by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Now, what makes this victory even sweeter is the fact that the vote on H.R. 4394 was anything but a walk in the park. It was a nail-biter with a close tally of 210 to 199. Such a narrow margin underscores the significance and contentious nature of the issue. It shows that the debate around the Second Amendment is far from settled and that lawmakers are taking it very seriously. This win, which was only possible through persistence and unwavering dedication, symbolizes a seismic shift in the national conversation about gun rights. It sends a resounding message that the voices of those who uphold the Second Amendment are being heard and heeded by their elected representatives. The bill's passage is the fruit of the collective efforts of gun rights advocates who've worked tirelessly to safeguard these cherished freedoms. So as we raise our glasses and celebrate this win, let's also remember that the battle for Second Amendment rights continues. This victory is a milestone, but it's not the end of the road. Gun owners and their supporters will remain vigilant, ensuring that the principles and rights they hold dear are protected and upheld.
This VA's long-standing policy to threaten veterans' constitutional rights to end it so veterans can reach out for the financial help they need and the mental health they need.
Madam President, there's 16 million veterans in our country, and the Veterans Administration appoints a fiduciary to help that veteran. The VA automatically reports that veteran to the FBI. He loses his firearm automatically. No due process.
Defunding the ban. It's time to dive into the nitty-gritty of H.R. 4394, the bill that's causing a stir in the world of firearm ownership on public lands, specifically those managed by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Let's break down what this legislation means and how it's shaping the future of gun rights in these areas. Number 1. Defunding the ban on carrying firearms for self-defense. H.R. 4394 is all about defunding the ban on carrying firearms for self-defense on U.S. Army Corps of Engineer public lands. In simpler terms, it's putting an end to any restrictions that prevent individuals from having a means to protect themselves while on these lands. Number 2. Prohibition on enforcing firearm regulations. One of the standout provisions of H.R. 4394 is that it explicitly states that the Secretary of Army cannot enforce regulations that prohibit firearm possession on these lands. This is a crucial step in ensuring that the rights of individuals to bear arms for self-defense are respected and protected in these particular spaces. Number 3. Compliance with state laws. Now here's the important caveat. While the bill opens the door to firearm possession on these lands, it doesn't throw away the rulebook altogether. Possession of firearms is permitted, but it must be done in accordance with the laws of the state where these public lands are situated. In other words, you can't just saunter in with your shotgun or sidearm without understanding and adhering to the specific regulations set by your state. So what does this all mean for gun owners and the broader community? It means that the specter of restrictions on firearm ownership in public lands is lifting. This bill stands up for the principle that your rights don't stop at the park entrance or at the boundary of a public land managed by the Corps of Engineers. It's about ensuring that individuals have the ability to protect themselves and their loved ones regardless of where they find themselves in this great nation. And it's about recognizing that the right to bear arms is deeply ingrained in the fabric of American society. H.R. 4394 signifies a new chapter in the ongoing dialogue surrounding the Second Amendment. It's a sign that the pendulum is swinging towards a more accommodating approach to firearm ownership while still respecting the authority of individual states to regulate these matters.
This body, including my Democrat colleagues, are the only body that are chartered by our Constitution that can change it. The Constitution of the United States has a provision that's written into it that allows you to change the Constitution if you feel. The Veterans Administration does not have the authority to remove constitutional rights now or ever.
What we have to do is something more difficult, and that is to figure out who are the people who pose such a high risk.
And you're actively, willfully, and knowingly subverting the Constitution of the United States of America.
I certainly concede that we cannot broadly limit legal access to guns.
Well, then don't. 20 Democrats voted for that. And if they had not, it would not have passed. You're subverting the constitutional rights of American citizens, and you don't have that authority. We do. Swanson, you're a clinical psychologist, has been in this field for almost 40 years. And you haven't figured it out yet? Your methodology has been proven to be bad. And I have no more time, sir. With that, I yield back. Thank you.
Pro-Second Amendment speaker's influence. The passage of H.R. 4394 closely coincided with the appointment of a pro-Second Amendment Speaker of the House, whose influence played a pivotal role in the bill's success. This political alignment was instrumental in pushing the legislation through the House of Representatives. With the Speaker's strong support for the Second Amendment, the bill's chances were bolstered. The timing of the Speaker's appointment was crucial, aligning with the bill's legislative journey. Beyond the bill itself, this alignment reflects a broader shift in federal gun rights legislation, moving away from more restrictive stances and toward a more inclusive perspective on Second Amendment rights, emphasizing the importance of self-defense on public lands. It underscores the enduring influence of the pro-Second Amendment movement in American politics and the evolving interpretation of the Second Amendment. In the intricate realm of politics, it serves as a reminder that the right leadership at the right time can drive substantial change.
And we shouldn't take away a person's gun. And I agree with Senator Murphy. We both agree on this. This is America. You can believe what you want. There's some people that wish we didn't have a second Amendment. But I own a handgun just in case. And that's my right. And every veteran has that right.
Protecting gun rights on public lands. The passage of H.R. 4394 is nothing short of a resounding victory for gun rights advocates as it secures the fundamental right to self-defense on public lands. What makes the win all the more significant is the recognition that these lands were acquired with taxpayer dollars, underscoring the principle that the public should have the right to utilize and protect the assets they collectively funded. This landmark legislation addresses a particular, and some might say, paradoxical scenario where taxpayers have financially contributed to land purchases only to find themselves constrained in its utilization. H.R. 4394 dismantles those restrictions, effectively restoring a sense of fairness and empowerment to the citizens who have invested in the very lands that are now permitted to safeguard. It's a victory that highlights the alignment of constitutional rights, fiscal responsibility, and the will of the people in shaping the lands that govern their access to and use of public resources. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. See you next time, and bye for now.